Hi, welcome to our next chapter, that is chapter 5, MS Windows System Tools. So in this chapter, we will try to learn the system tools. System tools is nothing but the tools that are available from Windows to you, which will help you to keep your system in a proper way. Okay, let's try to understand them. This is again a practical session. We don't have theory over here. It's a complete practical session. So in this practice 4, we will be learning the control panel. So we will try to learn what are the different options available in the control panel. And then we have the devices and printers, disk cleanup, character mapping, task scheduler, and resource monitor. Let's try to go through one by one. The idea of this chapter is to give an introduction to these options available in the Windows for you. We will try to give an overall view of the options. In order to use them, you have to be a little proficient in the system administration. So the first topic we have is control panel. So in order to access my control panel, I'll just go and type here as control panel. So once I type the control panel, you can see that I have got the control panel app open. Okay, once I click this one, so it is giving me various options like administrative tools here we have, and we have the autoplay, we have the backup and restore, we have the default programs, we have the device manager, devices and printers, Dolby sound. Almost all the applications that what you see over here, they are associated with your operating system directly. So which actually configures and help your operating system to work in an efficient manner. So from here you can configure. You need to have some administrative knowledge in order to use these options and work. Let's say for example, the most basic option what we do is we usually have user accounts. Let's go to this one and try to understand. So in the user, once I click, it is asking me that I can change your account name, change your account type, or create this one. Let's say I want to create manage your credentials. It's giving me different options available to me. So similarly, you will find many options over here which are associated with system administration, that you can use them to do different activities. Our objective of this chapter is not to discuss all of them in detail. It is just to give an overall view of the options available in Windows, which help you to keep your Windows in a proper way. The next topic we have is devices and printers. So in order to access device and printer, I can again go to the control panel. So in the control panel, you can find here I have the option called devices and printers. So once I click this one, it will open me the devices and printers in front of me. Here it will tell you what are the devices that are connected to your PC. Let's say for example, I have this laptop, I have this mobile phones connected, the USB mouse connected, this ZB wall, Bluetooth is available. All these things are configured in my Windows, and they, of course, they are not available all the time. So whenever they get connected, they will be able to use. So in order to, if I have a printer to be installed, when I connect the printer and provide the necessary drivers, that gets installed and will be available over here. Let's say for example, here now for example, I have a fax machine, I have various 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 printers. So what you see this tick mark is, that means this is a default printer. That means whatever you print will directly go to this printer. If you want to change your printer option, you can click on any one of the printer, and let's say I want to make this as my default printer, PDF printer. I can just right click this and I can say set as default printer. So you can see this tick mark has changed from here to here. Now whenever I print anything from any application directly, it will print as a PDF printer. So similarly, I can change my default printer whenever I want. And I can install printer, I can remove a printer from here. So if I want to remove a printer, I'll just right click and I can say remove device. So it will remove the printer for me, or any device that we have available in this option. The next topic we have is disk cleanup. Disk cleanup will help us to maintain our PC in a clean way, by removing all the unnecessary files. So once you click this disk cleanup, it will bring you to that with which hard disk or which drive that you want to clean. Let's say I selected the C. So once I click this one, it starts scanning your drive, and it will bring in front of you that how many temporary files are there, what are the different options available, or what are the unnecessary files that the operating system feels they are not required for it to run, and you can select them and stay Okay, and it will clean all those files for you. Okay, the next utility we have is character map. As you can see in the keyboard, you have A to Z alphabet with some special characters available. Apart from this, there are various special characters available. Various special characters available or that you may be needing in your day-to-day life. If you are working in a scientific environment, or if you are working in some special industries, where so here by using this character map, you can find the various other symbols and things that you may use in your, let's say for example, this is mu, which is not you available in a directly keyboard. So by using this option I can have this, like let's say for example, if I want to copy this mu from here, so I will click on this text, click on the character that I want to copy. I will say select, so it has selected over. I can just click copy, so it has copied the text into the clipboard. Let's say I want to bring this into a WordPad, so I'll open the WordPad, and I can say copy. So you will see that that text, that special character has come in my document and I'll be able to use. Similarly, let's say for example, this is, for example, you have alpha, you have, various options available here. Let's say I need this option, okay. I need this character. I can select more than one character also at one time and take them, like this is the reverse E, uh, reverse K, for example. There are various, there are many, enormous. You can see I'm scrolling. You have plenty of, available options and symbols to you, which you can use them in your. Let's say I need this symbol. I want to have this symbol, up and down symbol, for example, or I want to have some other. You will find almost everything over here, that you have the scientific this ones. So I can say and say copy all these things, so it has copied. I can go to my Word document or wherever. You can copy these symbols anywhere I want, in any applications. So this way I can bring these special characters into my application and use them. This is about the character map. Okay. So the next option we have is task scheduler. So task scheduler basically help us to execute a task on a certain time, or by having any event. Let's say for example, just start with task scheduler. Let's open it. Okay, this is the task scheduler. Here basically I can schedule a task. I can ask Windows to run a program for me at some time. Maybe not. I don't want to run it immediately. Let's say I want to take backup every day at the middle of the night. For example, I want to take backup of my PC in the middle of the night. I can write a script, or I can have a backup software installed in my PC, which you want to run automatically at the 12 o'clock in the night, for example. Or you need to do some activity, at some interval of time, and you want to program in your computer, and let it run automatically. So here I have this create task. I can say I'll just try to run a small word program and display you how this runs. Let's say I will say task one. Now I'm giving the name. So first I need to give the name, and then I have here trigger. So here I will tell him what triggers, when this has to get executed. So once I click this, it is saying one time, daily, weekly, monthly. So I can set my interval. I want to execute only one time, so I'll just select one time. If I want to execute daily on a basis, so I can say this is the start date and this is the time, and every recurring every day, every one day it executes the program. If I say if I want to execute every 2 days, I can say 2 days. So it will execute every 2 days. If I want to say execute every 3 days, I want to say, let's say 3 days here. Similarly, I can configure it on weekly basis also, that on which days that this should happen. And similarly, monthly also I can schedule any task that to be done. Let's say I will execute on one time and show it to you. Now let's say I want to execute this at 11. Uh, let's say 12 a.m. Okay, I'll just program it. Okay, so I have done this one now. 1 a.m. on the next day. Okay, so it will get over action. So what I want to do, Let's say I want to open a program. Let's say I have this text file that I need to open it. Okay, I'll just click OK. Conditions, I can set anything if I want. So this other thing, I'll just say OK. Now here you can see, that file, the task has come and sat over here to get executed on the 11th at 12 a.m. So it's already done. Now you can see this file has already opened for you. So this is a task scheduler. You can use this start task scheduler to schedule the task that you want to execute over a period of. See, it has opened the program for you. Next is resource monitor. Resource monitor is helpful to monitor the resources of your computer. Resources in the sense what? The PC, the CPU, the memory. It help us. It gives you a glance, a graphical representation of your PC. It will tell you that okay, your CPU is running in a full capacity or half capacity. By this you can know the various reasons of your PC getting slowed. Now the disk here, it will display the disk. Here it will display the network connectivity and various things. Similarly, you can see here CPU, it displays what all the programs available. So what are the programs running? So these are the programs that are running. We are not running these programs. These programs are run by the operating system to manage your PC and produce the result that is required for you. And memory, so this is the memory. Here it will tell you which are the application, which memory, which application or which software is using how much memory and what is that. Here it is showing that in the green what it is, the memory which is used, and this is the modified memory or the memory where some changes has happened. And this is the standby memory. So this memory is kept by the system to for any storing any immediate activities, and this is the free memory that is available. So similarly you have the disk. So here by using this option, it displays the disk, how many reads and writes are happening, what is getting read and what is getting read, and by which program the read and write is happening. It will show you the disk activities that is happening on your disk, and here the activities that is happening on the network will be shown. This is just to give you an idea how your computer is working. And in order to, let's say if you find that your PC is getting slowed and you want to know which software is using, which software is occupying your PC, you can come to this CPU and you can say, you can search, you can select the CPU, and you can see which software is using your CPU the more, and which is occupying your resources, and you will be able to find out which software is using your CPU more. If you don't need that software, you can switch it off, you can close that software, so that the other softwares will be able to use your processor and your PC will become fast. So similarly, this is your resource monitor. Here it will help us to find out the various activities that is happening in your CPU, memory and disk, and what is affecting your PC to work. This is used also for diagnostic purposes. Finally, we have come to the conclusion of this chapter and as well as this course. Hope our exercises and topics that what we have discussed in chapter are helpful for you. Do check out our other trainings that may be useful for you in your career. Thank you. Finally, we have come to the conclusion of another chapter of Computer Basic course. If you have any questions, please write to us in our comments and we will try to answer them for you. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and if you have any comments, please write to us.